Hello Scorpio, welcome back tribe. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who have been following me, I'd like to thank you. Happy Christmas and a happy new year. Now, if you are wanting to make a booking during the silly season, the link is below. Also, the New Year's readings are purchasable on my website. And if you do need an emergency booking, you can just inbox me via the website and I'll get to you ASAP. Now, there is the romantic reading separately. So if you need to have a look at that with the general energy as well, of what's going on around you, go have a look. And we'll get into your abundance spread. Now, this is everything connected to your money, any information really that's coming through in your finance, your career, you know, what's blocking you and what's actually helping you move forward. Okay. I'm feeling in your mind that you're being quite cautious about some things. Now, I still feel like something might have transpired. You're looking forward and there's a left and right. Now, you're wanting to move forward and it is going to be moving forward very quickly. You've had to do certain things in order to keep going forward. That's what I'm being shown. Now, there is many transformations this year you have undergone. It's almost like transformation after transformation. And you're like, oh, seriously, you're being very guided, okay? Although your world looks completely different, like it had a 360 this year, and I'd be surprised if you didn't feel that way. With your finances, with your career, you've had to transform, I'm hearing. And it's really helped you where you can physically be a teacher. You really could be either at a spiritual level or a physical 3D level. It might be you're directly dealing with children for some of you. Meditation, Reiki, regardless of what the career is, the frequency of what's coming through is you've undergone a transformation. Now, in the 3D, what's blocking you is whatever has gone. You might be mulling over it a bit because you've had to change. And you're like, wow. It feels in the 3D, there were things you had to leave behind and you're going, it might have been money losses that you experienced during the year. You having faith in the situation has made you humbled, where you could actually educate people how to pick themselves back up again. In your mind, you know it's been a mental upheaval for you. It's been mentally challenging, emotionally challenging. Now, what you can do about the losses is it's giving you this opportunity to have this beautiful fresh start. I feel it's past tense energy. Now, very much moving towards Christmas, New Year's, you know, we might be going to social functions. We might be sitting with friends and going, God, what just happened? You know, this year's been full on. This energy for you this month is going to be really a way in which you are going to take a leap. Now, it has luck around it. It's almost like it's all or nothing. And you're really ready to have that energy of throwing yourself in. You've learned a great deal, especially if you're connecting yourself to a business or you've transformed within the work domain. The cash component is transforming as well. And it's giving you a fresh plate. Now, it might have been what was coming in. Ooh, see, what was coming in was going out. And it hit you. It hit you hard because you were like, oh my God, am I going to make it through? You know, what has been coming in has been going out and you've been going, God, what next? Okay, I've got on top of that now. There's another thing. That can be the learning. It can be the transformation in the job and the aspect of the finances, but it's provided you now with a sturdy footing. What you're not seeing is what's inside you. You're like, I think you're just so flawed from your transformation. You're like, what has just happened? Now, the actions you're taking is building that solid foundation, that legacy, that heirloom, looking at the bigger picture and saying, what do I want my world to look like? Not what it was, not what I lost. It might have blocked you, the bills, the aspects of transformations, the changes, the mind, the retrogrades. You're changing to a point where this is coming in for you. Now, on the other hand, where you're in your mind in relation to all the movement and changes and you were resisting some aspects of changes, it might have been other people separate to you, connected to your finances or your career, within the workplace. It can be within family, love, etc. They were resisting this. There could be both energies, okay? What you can do is look back at the better times, but know that the best is yet to come. Now, it can be that you missed an aspect of a lesson within that, and that's why it might be coming up in a trigger point. The movement has got you to where you are now. Had it not happened, this wouldn't be so now. Now, what you're not seeing is there's going to be an aspect of justice. Now, I'll pull a clarifier on this. What is this justice? This can be connected to a Libran energy, sun, moon, or rising. It can be a person at a workplace. It could be your rising sign. It can also be a boss or a legal system. Okay, what ended? There is going to be justice, okay? So, the old you is gone. That's what I'm hearing. Some of you, it may be inheritance. Others of you, it can be, especially since we've got, it can be that you lost faith in a situation. Could be connected to a very separate person at a romantic level. And you're in your mind about this, but there is going to be justice, okay? So that may be a very separate message. Now, the actions, it is going to be a change for the better. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're moving forward to attain the aspect of justice or get that balance back, it's going to create this justice balanced energy. Now, the first week, you are going to have a lot of responsibilities on your hands, but you're coping with it, okay? So it may be very fast movement. All the nurturing you've done on your world, within your money, within your career, you know, taking that accountability and responsibility connected to your bills. What comes in, coming out, this is where it's placing you now. Where you have a very fertile ground where everything that you touch is going to turn to gold. And it's because you've been disciplined. You've taken your power back. You've really done the work connected to it. You're reliable. People are looking at you, you know, as an inspiration because you've undergone all these transformations and they're looking to you and they're saying, wow, how have you done it? Okay. Second week, a lot of creative energy coming through, a lot of communication. People, again, may be coming to you and communicating. It can be networking at work. It can be more workloads coming in. For those of you who are doing contracts, it can be contract work. Third week, emotional harmony and abundance. So you're going to get to spend some time with your loved ones. And financially speaking, I feel because you had all the burdens, you're like, right, I'm going to do something nice for me. I have the slight luxury to give to myself to refill my cup so I can give back. By the fourth week, you're highly inspired and you're ready to move through to the new year. You're more grounded. You're a bit in shock and overwhelmed, but you're moving forward. Now, the tools you have connected to these things, with your responsibility and the level you've taken on within your world, within your life, your career, your love life, your internal transformation, your opinion of yourself, it's had a massive transformation on you and it has been a change for the better. Your creativity with your communication, the way you're standing up for yourself, the way you feel, and how would I say? If you're in an office environment, the aspects of the communication is going to come through crystal clear. And people are really seeing that you're owning your worth and that you are doing it in a partial masculine, partial feminine manner. You got the right balance. When it comes to the cash components, your imagination is really what is going to help you moving through, and it is a change for the better because something that's transpired has jolted you to spring into action and drag that creativity out of you to transform your 3D world at a financial level. It's almost like it feels like an external influence, and this can even be in your partnerships where maybe they were unwell, maybe they couldn't work, and it was like this year really has asked us to be incredibly accountable for everything in our own personal life. So it's like we've been very isolated, so to speak, and very vulnerable, but in going through that frequency, however horrendous, it's really pushed us into a oneness within ourselves. This internally for you has made you abundant. It has been a change for the better, and it has provided great, you know, it can be that your third eye is opening, you're really manifesting things in that are wonderful and harmonious, the belief, and it can be that any projects you started, you can really feel the frequency that that's going to change. What's supporting you? Okay, now the blocks in the road is what has supported you. Because had you not gone through these things, you wouldn't have learnt these extra skills to take through with you as a tool. As well as because you were being stubborn within your own energy, you had to take the bull by the horns and address these dynamics. It's almost like it's a scarred path. Okay, now what guides you? Be cautious of telling people your trade secrets. Although you are a spiritual teacher, and yes, it's humble to be such, sometimes we can, what would the word be? The lessons you learnt were through adversity. Not always, right? Just because you share some aspects, and it's not saying that it's wrong to share. It's more, they won't understand it unless they've lived it. So it'd be like a wasted conversation. So what guides you is you're more cautious about who you communicate with, because perhaps this year some people have stolen your ideas. It may be, especially if you're dealing with creative endeavours. It can also be that you're cautious as to sell yourself from a spiritual point of view, not a financial point of view, so that people can't take from you. But again, it's more you having this mass transformation and not entertaining things that are lower frequency, and really moving forward, you know, with your hopes and dreams and desires connected to your career. Now, if this energy has not occurred this month, this is what is coming for you. Even intuition is manifestation, moves that frequency forward for you. So they can be plans that are to eventuate in January. Okay, I'll pull one clarifier to crown your reading. Okay, you need to rest. Don't get stressed out thinking, gosh, you know, when's this all going to come about? It's saying it is. Have some time out and move forward, and all the good things are coming. Even if you're thinking, oh, it's coming. Okay, love and light, guys. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And for those of you who are new, welcome to the tribe.